Hello, hello. It is good to see you on Yoga with Paige. Welcome back to our final day of our little strength series this week. Today we are focusing our attention on the hamstrings. So we do get a full body opening in this class, but we try to focus our awareness on the lower body and find some strength in there as well as stretch. The hamstrings are one of the most overstretched and under-strengthened muscle groups. So this can cause some injury. I actually injured myself last year, I think from this very reason. So I am a proponent for strengthening the hamstrings now. To help prevent future injury, finding some strength there really allows your muscles to open up and will actually increase your flexibility as well. So to avoid future injury, keep yourself nice, strong, healthy, happy, we will be focusing there today. You will need a block for one exercise if you want to follow along with that one. Otherwise, it's not really necessary unless you need some help making postures more accessible for you. And if that is the case, you might want to grab a yoga strap or a towel to kind of make some of these postures more accessible to you as well. And we do get started kind of right away. So if this is your first movement of the day, I recommend taking a few minutes right now to just kind of warm up the body. We do a few sun salutations to warm up, but just make sure you're properly ready. And whenever you're ready, we can get started at the top of the mat. All right, so we're going to begin this practice today standing at the top of the mat, finding a few breaths to ground in mountain pose. So feel your feet, maybe lift up the toes, wiggle them a little bit, wiggle the fingers. Then draw energy up through the feet, through the legs, slightly tuck in the tailbone, roll the shoulders down, stand up nice and tall. Reach up through the crown of the head, find nice long spine. Take a big breath in and let it all out. One more. Maybe close the eyes, set an intention for your practice or maybe your day. Finding presence here before we begin. And on your next inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, fold over. Take a little bend in the knees and just let yourself melt down. We can find a nice dangling pose here, already kind of waking up the backs of the legs. Notice how they feel today. Letting the head hang down, maybe grasping opposite elbows or hugging the legs. Give yourself a little hug. Just finding a few breaths here. Let yourself be. Coming into the breath. And on your next inhale, straighten the legs, lift the chest, reach for the crown of the head forward. Halfway lift, let the fingertips float up the legs. Really extend through the spine. And exhale, fold. We can keep a nice bend in the knees here still. We don't need to have them straight. So beginning to move with the breath, inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, fold. Just finding a gentle warm up here. Taking about 2 more rounds of breath. Connecting to your body's natural rhythm. And we meet in a forward fold. On your next breath, plant the right hand. We can reach fingertips or maybe we use the block. Bend the right knee and inhale, peel the left arm up, finding a nice big twist. We can wrap the left arm behind the back if you want to deepen here. And on your next exhale, return to the front and gently switch sides. Inhale, peel the right arm up. Create space in the body. And exhale, release. Take the hands behind the back, interlace the fingers, and send them over the head, helping you to forward fold, opening up the shoulders, the chest. Finding one big breath. Really send the hips up towards the sky. Exhale, release the hands and roll up to standing. Very slow, don't make yourself dizzy here. Releasing into a nice mountain pose. Inhale, reach up, palms meet. And exhale, heart center. Finding some sun salutations to warm up the body. Inhale, reach. And exhale, dive. Halfway lift. And step back into plank pose. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, sphinx, cobra, or upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Maybe pedal out the feet here, wake up the backs of the legs for this first downward facing dog. Walk the dog, pressing away from the mat. And on your next breath, gently make your way to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, root to rise, hands reach overhead. Exhale, heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, flat back dive. Halfway lift. And fold, stepping the left foot back, coming into a little low lunge. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. And exhale, frame the foot, step back to downward facing dog. Inhale, roll into a high plank. Let's modify this sun salutation. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Send this left foot up to the top of the mat and drop into a low lunge. Arms sweep overhead. Big breath. And exhale, rain the fingertips down. Taking an additional vinyasa here or meeting in downward facing dog. Gaze at the hands. Make your way to the top of the mat and fold. Inhale, root to rise. Big, big breath. Exhale, seal it all in. Finding a little standing balance sequence right here. Make sure you have a little bit of room in front of you. You can step back if we need to. Ground down through this left foot. Bring the right knee into the chest. And exhale, try to reach for your big toe and extend the leg. We can use a strap or a towel if we can't reach. And if we need to, we can keep the knee bent. We want to make sure the hips are square. Reaching up through the crown of the head. Find your breath. Use your focus point. And if you can, try to lift the leg a little bit higher, drawing the chest close to the leg. For one breath. Exhale, bend the knee, keeping it in front of the chest, raise the arms. Carefully step back into a nice high lunge, arms overhead. On your next exhale, step up, take the right knee into the chest and crunch, rounding through the back. Step back into a high lunge and exhale, crunch. So this is a lot of balance. We're taking 5 of these. That was 2 and 3. So take your time. If you need to move a little bit slower, by all means, do so. 4, you got this. Beautiful, and 5. We meet back in a nice high lunge and drop the right knee, finding a little side stretch. The left hand reaches down towards the mat, right comes over the side of the head. Find a little rest here. And then meet back up in neutral spine. Take the hands behind the head. Inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, round through the back, slightly tucking the tailbone in for a little cat-cow here. Inhale, lift, and exhale, round. One more time. Big breath. And inhale, lift the elbows up, release the hands, come into your nice low lunge. And on your next exhale, half split, sweep the hips back, flexing the left foot. Hold here. Maybe hands come to heart center. We can reach for the mat if we need to as well. Beautiful. Keep that foot nice and flexed. Really squeeze nice and active through this left leg. Trying to reach your chest down with every breath. Hold nice and strong. And on your next inhale, low lunge. Exhale, sweep it back. 2 more times. Inhale. Find your flow. Exhale. 1 more. Meeting in our half splits. Staying here or adding a little twist, taking the right hand to the outside of the left leg, reaching the left up, still flexing the foot. Beautiful. And exhale, return back, neutral spine, find your block. And we are placing it right under the calf. So right here, ground down with the fingertips and try to lift your leg over the block just a few times. There we go. So reaching up through the crown of the head. Beautiful. And release. Place the block away. Slide back into your low lunge and lift up into a nice high runner's lunge. Fingertips find the mat, chest lifts. And exhale, turn to the side of the mat. Toes face the long edge for a nice wide forward fold. Find your footing here. Ground down through the outer edges of the feet. Raise the arms up. Connect to the core. Draw the navel in. And exhale, right hand comes to left ankle. Tap. Opposite, tap. 5 each side. Or wherever you can reach. Go. 2. And that's 3. 4. And 5. We're not done yet. Now take this right hand to the left ankle, the shin, maybe the thigh. If we can reach, try to pull yourself close to the foot. Maybe letting the left arm raise up towards the ceiling. Find a nice big twist. Really, really active in the legs. They're getting nice and strong and stretched. Use your breath. Hold here. Pull yourself in a little bit closer. Then exhale. Other side. Left hand finds the right ankle. Pull yourself in. Draw yourself close. Maybe the right arm reaches up. But listen to your body. Beautiful. 2 more breaths. You're doing great. Exhale, return to center. Carefully lift the chest. Turn to the front of the mat and step up. Inhale, roll up to standing mountain pose. Other side. Ground down through the right foot. Left knee comes into the chest. Exhale, straighten the leg, reaching for the big toe, sending it out in front. Squaring the hips. Last breath. Maybe pull your leg in a little bit. And gently bend the knee, raise the arms. Step it back to a nice high lunge. Find your positioning first. Inhale. And exhale, shift the weight, step it up, crunch the left knee in, and step it back. Beautiful. 2. No judgment for all of your wobbles. If you're wobbling like I am, 3. Beautiful. We're doing 5. And we meet in our high lunge. 5. High lunge. And release the knee. Find a nice little resting stretch. Beautiful. And returning back to neutral spine. Hands come behind the head. Inhale, lift. And exhale, crunch. Letting your body move naturally. One more round. One more feel-good round. Beautiful. Inhale, low lunge. And exhale, half splits. Nice. Keep flexing this right foot as much as you can. Use your exhales to gently deepen your forward fold, but making sure you keep a nice long spine. Maybe trying to reach the fingertips off the mat for this last breath. And inhale, low lunge. Exhale, half splits. Move with your breath. Enjoy the sound of it, the feeling of it. Exhale, we meet in half splits. Finding your twist if you choose to take it. Otherwise, take a nice big forward fold. Just one big breath. And exhale. Frame the foot. Find your block. And take a few of your raises. So kind of make sure you position it where you can feel it. And we can play with these. Maybe we even want to sit down and do it from seated. And these are a little bit tricky, so we're just kind of getting warmed up with them here. Beautiful. Release. Place your block away and come in to a nice runner's lunge. Lift up the back knee, press the left heel back. Chest reaches forward. And exhale, turn to the long edge of the mat. Same thing as before. You got it. Arms out wide. And we take 5 each side. Tap the ankle. Beautiful. 2. Keeping the core engaged here. We get a full body flow even when we focus our awareness on one specific point. And then when you're finished, you find your little twist to reach for the ankle. Maybe we find we can go a little bit deeper the second time around after warming ourselves up a little bit. And if not, that's okay too. Beautiful. One last breath here on this side. And exhale, gently release and switch. Nice big full body breaths. Just observing what comes to your mind here. Taking this time for you, for your health. And exhale, back to center. Take the hands underneath the chest, plant the palms, if you can, otherwise fingertips are on the block. And exhale, let your chest melt down towards the mat. Maybe we come onto the forearms. We can also reach the hands underneath the legs and try to pull your head through. Really, really grounding down through the outer edges of the feet. a nice stable base here. Really feeling it in the backs of the legs, I'm sure. A few breaths here, so settle in. Attempting to quiet the mind in this moment. Find some silence. Try to find some stillness, allowing your muscles to release. And on your next breath, gently take the hands underneath the chest and lift the chest very carefully. Turn to the front of the mat. Step the left foot back to meet the right and gently come down onto the belly. Planting the palms right by the shoulders, untuck the toes, gazing right in front of your chest. On your next inhale, press through the palms to lift the chest and bend the right leg. Exhale, lower. Lift and bend the left. Make this nice and active. Alternating with each breath. And I'm just now realizing this would be good with some little ankle weights. I need to get those. But try to focus your attention on the backs of the legs and see if you can feel the muscles as they're contracting when you bend your leg. Nice. One more each side. Really squeeze at the top. Then plant the left forearm, reach the right back for the ankle, and just get a little quadricep stretch here. Maybe we press into the hand with the foot and take a little half bow. Beautiful. Release and switch sides. Reach for the left ankle. Little stretch reset. Taking what you need. Playing around with movement doesn't have to be so serious. Exhale, release. Roll onto your left side. Kind of kickstand yourself up with the elbow here and take the right leg up. Nice and active in the legs to keep yourself stable as you pull the leg in towards the chest. We can also be using a strap here as well. And exhale, release. Gently come onto the back to roll onto your right leg and kick the left up. Little stretch. This probably feels great right now. Beautiful. Release on your next exhale and come fully onto the back. Extend your left leg long. Take your right knee, cross it over the leg, and then bend your left leg, reaching for the ankle. So it's going to be a little twisty here, and if you can't reach, that's totally okay. We can keep our leg extended, or just grab a hold of whatever you can. Just finding a big twist here. This little cat tail, I think it's cat tail pulling pose or something. It's just a fun one. And exhale. Release, roll onto the back and switch sides, extending the right leg. So bend the left knee, cross it over, And then bend the bottom, reaching for the ankle. Make sure to find what feels good to you here. It may look completely different than mine. Find a place where you can kind of relax. And then take your last breath in whatever twisting position you are in. And gently unravel yourself, coming onto a flat back, reaching both knees up into the air, crossing the right ankle over the left knee, interlace the hands underneath the left thigh and pull the legs in. One big breath here, pull the legs in towards the chest. And then exhale, straighten the left leg. And we can stay here holding the thigh, or maybe we reach for the ankle or the foot. Really press yourself down into the mat. Don't let your lower back raise. Nice, strong, flexed feet. Exhale, release, and gently switch. Unravel the legs, crossing the left over the right. One breath for a nice glute stretch. And then straighten the bottom leg, pulling the legs into the chest. Consciously release tension in the hips, in the shoulders, anywhere else you may be finding it. Exhale, release, release, release. Kick it out, shake it out a little bit. And then plant both of the feet. Knock the knees together. And then open them. So the feet are like about hip width, mat width apart. And just kind of open the knees and close them. Just kind of saying hello to the inner groins there, the inner thighs. And then we can reverse this action by planting the feet down, flat on the mat, and taking little windshield wipers, letting the knees knock to the same side. Little supine windshield wipers. Finding a gentle little cool down. Seeing if there's anything else you may need at this time. And if not, we can meet in corpse pose for a little shavasana, a little time to rest. And I urge you not to skip this part if you have a desire to stop this video right now. Just take a moment or two for yourself. Just lie down on the back, let the palms face up towards the ceiling, let the feet open to the sides. Tuck the shoulder blades underneath you and just let everything be. Let all of your muscles relax. Let your breath become natural and easy as it nourishes your body, your mind. Just observing the sensations that your breath brings you. Sensations in the belly, maybe in the nostrils, in the back of the throat. letting yourself be with your breath in this moment. And staying exactly where you are, you can take one breath together to finish out this practice. Maybe close the eyes. Take one big full breath in, let the belly hang. Become full and exhale. Thank you so much for joining me today. And I hope you enjoyed this little strength series. I would love to know your thoughts down below. And I sincerely look forward to the next time we meet on the mat. Have a blessed day, my good friend.